Subscribe to the channel and also press the bell icon to never miss an update from Endeavour Careers.
Hello and welcome to Endeavour's GK capsule for the month of May 2021. The coronavirus pandemic continued to be a grave concern in the country this month also, with new risk of black fungus infection rising in many states. Most of the states were under full lockdown for the entire month. Cyclone posed additional danger in the month of May. Internationally, the month witnessed fights between Israel and Palestine. Let's look at these and other highlights of the month. The first category is awards and recognitions. Indian economist and Nobel laureate Professor Amartya Sen has been conferred with the Princess of Asturias Award in the Social Sciences category. This is Spain's top award given to creative and research work in the field of social sciences. Professor Amartya Sen was selected out of 41 candidates from 20 countries. Professor Sen is also a winner of Nobel Prize in Economics in 1998. Whitley Awards for Wildlife Conservation 2021 were announced recently. The award is presented by the UK-based Whitley Fund for Nature. The award is one of the most important recognitions for people doing conservation work in developing and underdeveloped countries. The award is also known as the Green Oscar. One of the 7 winners of the Whitley Awards this year is an Indian conservationist. The 48-year-old Nuklu Phom is a wildlife activist from Nagaland. He has been awarded for his efforts to create a network of community-owned forests in Nagaland and protect the rare migratory bird Amur falcon. Nuklu Phom and his organization convinced people to donate land to build community forests. Thanks to his efforts, the population of the bird grew from 50,000 in 2010 to more than 1 million in 2020. Renowned broadcaster and natural historian Sir David Attenborough has been named as People's Advocate of COP26. The COP26, or the Conference of Parties, is the climate change conference of the United Nations. It is held annually. The 26th conference is scheduled to be held in Glasgow, Scotland in November this year. The 95-year-old will address world leaders at major international events over the next 6 months to put climate and protection of nature at the top of their agenda. David Attenborough is a writer, broadcaster, and documentary filmmaker. He has done pioneering work in producing innovative educational series based on animals, nature, and environmental issues. The 26-year-old Andrea Meza of Mexico has been crowned Miss Universe 2021. The 2021 pageant was broadcasted live from Florida. The Miss Universe competition made a comeback to the television after last year's ceremony was cancelled due to the pandemic. Miss Mexico Andrea Meza finished first in the event. However, the talking point of the beauty pageant was Miss Myanmar. She used the stage to draw attention to the military dictatorship in her country. In her biographical video, she said that our people are dying and being shot by the military every day. I would urge everyone to speak about Myanmar. Myanmar has seen military rule since February this year, when army removed civilian government of Aung San Suu Kyi. The next category is persons in news. Senior IPS officer Subodh Kumar Jaiswal was appointed as the new director of CBI on 27th May. His appointment was approved by a 3-member selection committee comprised of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Leader of Opposition Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, and Chief Justice of India N.V. Ramana. Subodh Kumar Jaiswal is a 1985 batch IPS officer from Maharashtra cadre. He has succeeded Rishi Shukla as the CBI director. Thanks to a continued rise in the market capitalization of the Adani Group companies, its promoter Gautam Adani has become the second richest Asian and 14th richest person in the world. The Adani Group companies has combined market capitalization of rupees 8.36 trillion. The Adani Group's market cap has nearly doubled since the beginning of current calendar year. Adani has added $32 billion to his net worth year to date in 2021. Today he has a net worth of $66.5 billion. He has overtaken Zhong Shenshen of China to become the second richest Asian. Mukesh Ambani remains the wealthiest person in Asia with a net worth of $77 billion. Noted environmentalist and Gandhian Sundarlal Bahuguna succumbed to COVID-19. He was 94 years of age. Sundarlal was the driving force behind the legendary Chipko movement against deforestation. The Chipko movement was launched in 1974 by the women from Raini village in Chamoli district of Uttarakhand. Local women, led by Gaura Devi, came out in large numbers and stopped the merchants by hugging the trees. Sundarlal Bahuguna made the Chipko movement an internationally acclaimed environment conservation movement. He transformed the spontaneous Chipko movement into a turning point in India's forest conservation efforts. It forced the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi to impose a 15-year ban on tree cutting in the state. Bahuguna's life was dedicated to social causes, activism, and writing. With his wife Vimla, he dedicated his life to the cause of society and environment. Veteran nuclear scientist and former chairman of Atomic Energy Commission, Shri Kumar Banerjee, passed away due to COVID-19. He was 75 years old. Dr. Banerjee was a reputed scientist and a leading global expert in nuclear processes. He worked as the director of Bhabha Atomic Research Center for 6 years till 2010. He was a recipient of several awards, including Padma Shri in 2005 and Presidential Medal of American Nuclear Society in 2012. Eminent cardiologist and former president of Indian Medical Association, Dr. K.K. Agrawal died of COVID-19. He was 62 years of age. Dr. K.K. Agrawal was the recipient of Dr. B.C. Roy Award in 2005 and Padma Shri in 2010. Over the past year, Dr. K.K. Agrawal had been posting videos on various aspects of coronavirus infection. Let us now look at major highlights in the category of national news. A 5-judge constitution bench of the Supreme Court unanimously declared Maratha reservation unconstitutional. The Maratha community was provided 16% reservation in jobs and admissions through a law passed by Maharashtra Legislative Assembly in 2018. This law was passed on the recommendation of the Gaikwad Commission's findings and was validated by the Bombay High Court in 2019. However, the Supreme Court in its judgment concluded that a separate reservation for the Maratha community violates Article 12 and Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. The Supreme Court bench did not find any extraordinary situation in Maharashtra which required the benefit of reservation to the Maratha community. The central government has filed a review petition against this decision, requesting the Supreme Court to reconsider its judgment. The election results of 5 legislative assemblies came out on 2nd May. The 5 assemblies that went to election were West Bengal, Assam, Tamil Nadu, Kerala and Puducherry. It was a jubilant day for regional leaders as Mamta Banerjee, M.K. Stalin and Pinarayi Vijayan demonstrated their dominance in their respective states. Mamta Banerjee's Trinamool Congress proved all exit polls wrong and won 213 seats in Bengal out of 292 seats that went to polls. However, Mamta Banerjee lost her own seat in Nandigram. In Tamil Nadu, M.K. Stalin led his party DMK to victory in 156 seats out of 234 seats. In Kerala, the Left Democratic Front created history by retaining power with 99 seats out of the total 140. Meanwhile, BJP-led National Democratic Alliance retained its grip on Assam and made a comeback in Puducherry. It won 75 seats in Assam out of 126 seats. Himanta Biswa Sarma was appointed as the Chief Minister of Assam. In Puducherry, N. Rangaswamy became the Chief Minister with support from BJP. Instant messaging platform WhatsApp has filed a case in the Delhi High Court against the Indian government. The legal complaint seeks to block the implementation of the new IT rules that came into effect on 26th May. The new Information Technology Rules or the Intermediary Guidelines and Digital Media Ethics Code 2021 were released in February 2021. The social media platforms were given 3 months to comply with the rules. The 3-month deadline ended on 25th May. On the same day, WhatsApp filed the case in the Delhi High Court. The new rules require the significant social media intermediaries like WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter to trace the origin of particular messages. WhatsApp is opposing this, as according to WhatsApp, this would require to break its end-to-end encryption. WhatsApp has joined civil society groups in claiming that this rule is a threat to the right to privacy of the users. The social media platforms run the risk of losing their status as intermediaries and may become liable for criminal action if they do not comply with the new IT rules. The matter is pending in the court while WhatsApp is negotiating with the Government of India. Indian coasts were hit by 2 cyclones this month. Extremely severe cyclonic storm Taukte originated in the Arabian Sea and hit the western coast of India on 14th May. It brought heavy rainfall and flash floods in Kerala, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Goa, and Gujarat. The cyclone resulted in at least 160 deaths. Another cyclone came nearly 10 days later, this time on the eastern coast of India. Very severe cyclone storm Yas originated in the Bay of Bengal and hit Odisha and West Bengal. Around 20 people are reported dead due to cyclone Yas. Let us now look at major highlights in the category of international news. Intense fighting broke out between Israel and Palestine in the first week of this month. Israel-Palestine conflict has a long history. Both the countries have seen many wars. The current outbreak of fighting began with a controversial Israeli police raid on Palestinian worshippers at Al-Aqsa Mosque. That prompted the Palestinian military group Hamas to fire a barrage of rockets at Jerusalem and other major cities in Israel. The Israeli Defense Forces responded with devastating airstrikes in Hamas-controlled area in Gaza Strip. Both sides continued their attacks for many days, resulting into hundreds of deaths and widespread damage to property. A reported 250 people were killed in Palestine, including 66 children. On Israeli side, 13 people were killed, including 2 children. A United Nations-sponsored deal finally ended the 11 days of fighting on 21st May. Nepal is facing another political crisis as President Bidya Devi Bhandari dissolved the parliament on 22nd May. Nepal will now have fresh elections in November. The move came after the caretaker Prime Minister K.P. Sharma Oli and the opposition leader Sher Bahadur Deuba both failed to form a government. This political trouble comes at a time when Nepal is battling a deadly second wave of the pandemic and is reportedly nearing 9,000 new infections every day. The United States Parliament passed a new law to counter a rise in anti-Asian hate crimes. The law, known as the COVID-19 Hate Crime Act, was supported by President Joe Biden and passed by both the houses of US Congress. The law will expedite the trial of hate crimes against Asian community at the federal, state, or local level. The bill comes in the background of rising hate crimes against Asians in the United States. 2 months ago, a gunman killed 8 people in 3 Asian-owned spas in Atlanta. The next category is news from the field of business, economy, and industrial sectors. The Reserve Bank of India will transfer a surplus of Rs 99,122 crores to the Government of India. This is the surplus generated by RBI in the last 9 months, from July 2020 to March 2021. This surplus transfer is the highest since 2018-19, when RBI transferred Rs 1.75 lakh crores to the Government of India. As per the rule, RBI is required to maintain a contingency risk buffer of 5.5% of its balance sheet. This dividend from RBI comes at a time when the Union government's finances are under severe strain, primarily on account of a sharp fall in revenues due to the nationwide lockdown. The Union Cabinet has approved the strategic disinvestment and transfer of management control in IDBI Bank Limited. The Union government currently holds 45.48% stake in IDBI Bank. while LIC is the promoter of the IDBI Bank with 49.24% stakes. The extent of stakes or shares to be divested shall be decided at a later stage in consultation with RBI. The move to disinvest IDBI was announced by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman in her budget speech. The next category is science and technology. The latest guidelines released by the Indian Council of Medical Research has dropped the use of convalescent plasma therapy from the recommended treatment protocols for COVID-19. The decision was taken after a meeting of ICMR's National Task Force for COVID-19. All members of the panel favored the removal of plasma therapy from the recommended treatment list, citing its ineffectiveness and inappropriate use. In a related development, a new anti-COVID drug, 2-DG, has been approved for emergency use. The new drug, 2-deoxy-D-glucose, is a modified form of glucose molecule developed by DRDO. According to DRDO, 2-DG can be used as an adjunct therapy for the treatment of coronavirus patients in hospitals. The 2-DG drug comes in powder form, which is taken orally by dissolving it in water. The drug will be available for commercial use in June. In a major scientific achievement, Chinese spacecraft Tianwen-1 landed on Mars, making China only the second country after the US to land a mission on the surface of Mars. Chinese spacecraft Tianwen-1 has been in the orbit of Mars since February this year. The lander, named Zhurong, touched down on the northern hemisphere of Mars on 14th May. The successful landing provides an image boost to the China National Space Administration, since the debris from one of its rockets earlier this month raised alarms worldwide. Parts of a Chinese rocket landed in the Indian Ocean on 9th near Maldives in an uncontrolled dive into atmosphere. China's Tianwen-1 mission was launched in July 2020 along with NASA's Perseverance mission and United Arab Emirates' Hope Orbiter mission. SpaceX launched and successfully landed its futuristic spacecraft named Starship on 5th May. This was the first successful landing of Starship, as the previous 4 test flights ended in explosions either before, during, or soon after the touchdown. This latest upgraded version of SpaceX's full-scale stainless steel bullet-shaped rocket flew more than 10 kilometers over the Gulf of Mexico before landing on the ground successfully. This is a crucial step as Elon Musk intends to use this rocket to send astronauts to Mars. The next category is sports. Laureus World Sports Awards 2021 were announced on 7th May. Spain's Rafael Nadal was named the 2021 Laureus Sportsperson of the Year, while fellow tennis player Naomi Osaka of Japan won the award in the women category. This was the 4th Laureus Award for Rafael Nadal. Last year, Nadal equaled Roger Federer's record of 20 Grand Slam titles by claiming the 13th French Open crown. Naomi Osaka won her second US Open title in 2020. Laureus hailed Naomi Osaka for her powerful statement at the US Open to support the Black Lives Matter campaign, as she highlighted racial injustice by wearing different face masks at her matches. Naomi Osaka also dramatically withdrew from the French Open 2021 after organizers declined her request to skip the post-match press conference. Osaka reasoned that answering reporters' questions, especially after a loss in the match, is detrimental to her mental health. In another category, German football club Bayern Munich won the Laureus Team of the Year title. Britain's Formula One driver Lewis Hamilton won the Athlete Advocate of the Year award for his involvement in the fight against racism. Mixed martial art fighter Arjun Bhullar became the first Indian origin fighter to win a major MMA world title. He won in the heavyweight category in one championship in Singapore. He defeated 5-time champion Brendan Vera of USA. Arjun Bhullar was born in Vancouver, Canada. He started wrestling at a young age. He won a gold in 120 kg freestyle wrestling at the 2010 Commonwealth held in Delhi. He also represented Canada in 2012 London Olympics. In 2014, he turned to professional wrestling and mixed martial arts. In the end, let us look at some other miscellaneous news items. 18 wild elephants in Assam's Nagaon district died in a lightning strike. This is possibly the first known instance of an entire elephant herd being wiped out in a lightning strike in the northeast. The animals were probably huddled together when a bolt of lightning struck during the severe storm. People around the world witnessed a rare celestial event on 26th May. What made this even more special was that it coincided with a supermoon, a lunar eclipse, and a red blood moon all at once. A supermoon occurs when a full moon appears at the perigee or the closest point to the earth. It looks slightly brighter and larger than a regular full moon, hence the name supermoon. May 26 eclipse is a total lunar eclipse when the moon and the sun are on opposite sides of the earth, forming a straight line and completely covering the moon. During the eclipse, when the moon is covered by the earth's shadow, it goes darker and takes a red color. Therefore, total lunar eclipse is called red or blood moon. With this, we have come to the end of this video. We hope you like the coverage of topics in our monthly GK capsules. Do also watch our other videos. Happy learning. Thank you.